Okay, we got a little different thing going on this morning, a little different, and I'm different energy spirit than normally that you might have seen me doing some small amount of flex. Today, we're doing what we call dog flex. What I mean by dog flex means my objective is to make my hip muscles so tired that they cannot resist from flexing all the way out at the level that I want them to flex to. So I discovered this years ago, over 30 some plus years ago, that when I was tired, my muscle flexed better. And it used to blow me away because being in my early 20s, none of that made sense to me, but I loved it. So whenever I was tired, I just got off from work, just did 8 to 10 hours, I would stretch. And because my muscle could not fight, I would get upside down up against the wall, open my leg wide up, I would fall asleep because I was so tired. I would wake up 3 or 4 hours later, then laying completely out, upside down on the wall in a full split. So I understand that if I burn out my muscle because I'm trying to get to a place in flexibility once again, not where I was, I want to go beyond where I was. I never want to do what I used to do. I always want to do better. Not according to my age, but according to my health. I'm determined to always progress and do better and go uphill. I don't believe in leveling out. I always believe in traveling up because I practice and train in the spirit realm that possess no limitation. I operate in energy that possess no limitation. So there's no level that I can't go. There's no point where I'm like, okay, this is it. I can't go no further. No, there is no level when you're operating in energy. There is no level that brings you to a point when you operate in energy for power, for strength, for weight training. There is no level that you can't go. There is nothing that you can't live. There is no level. There's a design, master of technique, a balance that you have to learn in order to lift it, to keep going. But it doesn't end. Only physical ends. Only physical ends. So let's get back to what we're about to do right now. But I'm the one and only Matthew J. Glasper Sr., founder and organizer of Holy Tate Karate, over 40 plus years experience. And also the founder of King and Queen Corporation, consists of ministry, trying to open the door to help someone else. That's why all of my DVDs, they don't cost you nothing. All you have to do is watch. They're free to you. I give it. And God give it back to me. Now, dog flex. What we're going to do, what I'm going to do, is burn out the flex. This is not for everybody because doing this type of flex, you have to surrender. If you don't surrender, you can tear up your muscles and destroy your hip forever. It's possible always to rebuild. But you have to know how. Now, if you don't know what I know about flex and about the human body, I suggest you choose a better direction. And my better direction for you is a stretch machine. Stretch machine is the greatest relaxation and the easiest way to relax, to flex your muscles. Yes, I know you got yoga, you got this, you got that. But to teach you the art of meditation of yoga or any other form to relax, there's questions you have that you'll never get. It'll take too long to get them from that person that's on the internet. You need to be right in front of them with those questions so you can get that answer right then and there. Understand that. Let's go to dog work. We're going to burn ourselves out in the hip and the muscle, and we're going to push the flex because I'm on a mission to do something that the world have yet to see. Not according to my age, but according to my help. Follow me along. I will be constantly saying one word or another because I'm not using any music in the background. Going off to the side, I have on 5 pounds of leg weights to help burn out and tire out my hip muscle. Let's go. It's not how many I do, it's how long it's going to take my muscles to get so tired that they won't be able to fight back when I start flexing. And you also have to make sure your vitamin D is up because you can really tear something with this type of flexing. The vitamin D must be up. If you don't know whether it is or not, before you do it, you need to spend a month on vitamin D 3 times a day. D3, 2,000 milligrams. Soft gel. Do not buy the hard. Do not buy the hard anything. You want soft gel. Other leg. Many martial art teachers say this and say things that they don't know because they never experienced it. They have never had the drive to push themselves to an unlimited level that only their sixth sense mind can take them. I've been there many times, and as of today, I live there. I don't go back and forth into the physical to do things. I live 6 and up. What you mean 6 and up? Being born again. Being born again, there's a level called 12th degree. In the spirit realm, I can go. And I goes there. And if you continue to see me, you will see me do things that not normal for a man that you believe because you're physical to do. Go sideways. Now we put the knee straight forward for the make area, the front kick. You want a 360-degree burnout in the hip before you begin really getting into your flex. In other words, you want the muscle tired all the way around. And how I used to get tired before when I would be working because I would stand up, I would be on my feet lifting for 8 hours, picking up things, moving candy over here, moving this over here, moving this over here for 8 hours with a 30-minute break. When I came home, I'll be too tired to work out. So I would say, I got to at least stretch. So I would get up against the wall, lay upside down, and open my legs. And I would wake up 3 or 4 hours later, sometime longer, and I would be laying in a full split. And I would go, wow, if I had actually been woke, there's no way in the world I could have laid there for 5 hours because I was in total relaxation, no resisting. That's what dog work is about, is to tear down, get them muscles so tired where there's no resistance and your muscle easy to stretch. You call it warming up. A warm up is one thing, but a dog warm up is another thing because there is no resistance left for your leg, but you barely can stand. I know like, well, I don't want to go. Right? This is not for you. This is not for everybody. This for the kicking machine is there to be the best and the best flex, the best health and flex. But you got to take your vitamin D. You got to hit your multiple vitamins 3 times a day. You got to be faithful. And even when the day that you take off, you still got to take your vitamins. Just because you took off, don't mean you don't take your vitamins. You want your energies to build. If you're a person, a woman, or a man that butt got so big and all out of shape, you would love this exercise here because it focuses a lot directly on your butt muscles. Tones up, it burns up the excess fat. Now, a regular dog work exercise, it will consist of the same drill, but you will follow up with push-ups. And you will do the push-up, every type of push-up you can think of, until you're down to about like 5 push-ups, and you will call it a day. That's a full dog workout. But we're gonna do just flex. My upper body workout will be total separate, and I won't be uploading it. Not today. Always push. Go from leg to leg. When the leg gets to the point where you can barely move it, it's flexing time. Now, I won't upload to that time because for me to get to that point, because of my level of condition in my legs, I'm talking about in 2 hours of uploading. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. But I just want to give you an idea and understanding when you determine you have to give you all and everything you do. But you have to know how to do it healthily. A lot of people are afraid to push themselves because they're afraid they're going to injure themselves or cause damage to their body. And that's not necessarily true. But it's always wise to talk to someone that already is doing it. They can encourage you and tell you what to do. But you also want to find someone that took time to read the dictionary and learn about vitamins. Not only learned about them, but actually use them. It's different than talking to a doctor or a nurse about nutrition if they don't use it. You want to talk to somebody that actually lived the life. A good talker of the life, it doesn't mean much. It doesn't hit home to where it's needed to hit. You need somebody that lived the life. That's what makes the difference. A person that's lived a life. We start doing little reflects. And normally, I would sit down and I would instantly pull my leg halfway backwards. But because of a past injury, I lost a lot of that level of flex. I have a goal not to get to that point, but to supersede that point. I have enough wisdom in flexing is that when the body or the hip joint is able to bend to a certain degree, the rest of the degree is all in the mind. When the body is able to flex to a certain level, a degree level, you can flex it outwardly into a butterfly split. When you go beyond 45 degree, or you had a stretch machine, you had 150. If you're at 150, your body is ready to go and do the 180. But you have to know that. And you have to understand what's stopping you from getting there. And the number one key is your belief. Your belief is going to automatically cause your body to relax and go to that point. But the way you get there, the easiest way, you see your legs all the way behind you. You do not see them just in a 180. You see them behind you. What it does is cause your mind to relax your muscle to the 180 extremely easy. Let me say that again. If you see both your legs stretched all the way behind you, then your muscle will easily flex out or release. It goes into a relaxation to allow you to stretch in the 180. Once you see that this technique actually works, you'll begin increasing your flex in the other area of flexibility, and you begin doing it in the other area. It's all about believing in your mind. And when you believe it in your mind and you can see it, it's easy to accomplish. But if you can't see it, it's very hard to do. Very hard. You can spend years never reaching the goal because you never seen it. So you never reach it. It's like fighting. If you can't see yourself beating this guy, it's best not to go in the ring, because you can really get yourself injured worse than what the man is about to do to you, because of fear and lack of confidence will destroy you. Even fear have caused men to have heart attacks in them because of the fear of losing and the fear of the devastation of the punch or the kick of this man they're about to meet. Now, what most trainers, they don't know what to feed you to destroy this. There's a spiritual food that you can eat to destroy all fear of going into the ring, destroy all fear of going about on the street, wherever you want to go, because of destruction, or because of gaming, because of this. There is a spiritual food you can eat. The spiritual food. Spiritual food is words. Spiritual food is a mind thought process. It's something or a thought that you put into your mind and begin to feed it into your mind on a daily basis that destroys all these type of things. For example, when I used to prepare for a tournament as a teenager, I would fight in a meditation for an hour or longer a day, gang members with knives, guns, over 1,000. I would visualize it, and I would fight them, and I would take off everybody. Yes, that's what I mean, take them completely out. And by the time I got to a tournament to fight one man that have nothing in his hands, I would laugh, because in my mind, I would be saying to myself, are you serious? Do you have any idea who's standing in this ring? I could raise my energy on that thought process so high that many times I have walked in the ring as a teenager, my opponent have left the ring. I never threw a punch. All I did was bow and look. They left. Why? They felt the energy that I was releasing to destroy them, but they didn't understand it, but it put them in such a level of fear. They just left. And the referee tried to grab them and ask them, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? They're like, no, I'm out of here. No, I'm out. No, forget this. No, this ain't going to happen. And they would leave. Many times as a teenager in Indiana, dealing with racism, fighting, I would raise my energy to destroy a man because they were cheating. The man would quit, or the teenager would quit and leave the ring. Or somebody would come in the ring, the father usually, and remove their son from the ring when they began cheating me. What I would do, I would leave the ring and tuck my uniform on the inside and walk back in the ring. If the young man is still in the ring, whether it be a man or another teenager, I would drop him. They would disqualify me. I would say, yes, sir. Shake all the referee's hand and walk away. I come into a ring to win. I never will accept cheating or you robbing or taking nothing from me. I will fight back, whether it be spiritually or physically, but I will not surrender to it. I does not surrender to wickedness practice of police officers in the city of Chicago. I simply take that situation directly divinely to God, to deal with, to judge that situation. I have known from personal experience those same police officers that blew their own brains out. The Bible teaches a man like me that it's better for a person, before a person tried to do anything to me, for them to take a stone and put it around their neck and hang them on their own self, or jump and find the deepest of lake and jump into it. Because to come after me is the same as to come after the Almighty God. So to have all that in me makes me a non-fearing person. So when my mind, or God give me something through my mind to do to improve my ability, I do it without thought. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to wonder if it's going to work. I know it's going to work because God gave it to me. We're flexing. Pushing the flex. Pushing the flex. Coming up on it, we're on both knees. Both feet is pointed outwardly, and you push back to the center. Pushing a flex. And there's a lot of martial artists that have reached the level where they can just push right back and sit down. Even as if you go on YouTube and you see all the kicks, that era of flex I never mastered. Why? because the way I kicked, my style of fighting never demanded that I master that area of flexibility. So I never cared. But the flex that I mastered during that period of time was the regular scissor split and the butterfly split. Those were the two splits that I mastered. What I mean by master, which means simply that I was able to do all the way to the floor. That's what the word master means. That's what I mean when I say I mastered. What began to happen to me was that my vitamin D, I began to use so much vitamin D, burning up my vitamin D, and never was getting it put back. Because I was not putting it back, I developed hip problems. Being caught up focusing on my business, I never realized what I was doing to myself. I never realized that it was my vitamin D. God put me on milk, I got healed. I got caught back up in my work. I forgot about the milk. 2 years later, I was dealing with the problem in both hips. I concluded once I determined that remember I was on milk, I thought it was calcium problem. No. Flexibility is a vitamin D problem. It is not a calcium problem. It's a vitamin D problem. Many people will tell you calcium. Calcium is deal directly for the bone and inside of the bone. But so does vitamin D. You need both. But vitamin D is more demanding than calcium. Why? For me to talk to you, it's vitamin D. If my brain didn't have enough vitamin D, I can't talk. For my tongue to move back and forth, it needs vitamin D. My tongue cannot flex and move without vitamin D. It cannot operate without vitamin D. To turn my head from side to side, vitamin D. To dodge Alzheimer's disease, vitamin D. To raise my arm, vitamin D. To move my fingers, vitamin D. To wiggle my toe, vitamin D. To have a healthy sex organ, vitamin D. To have a healthy heart, vitamin D. To have healthy breast, vitamin D. To have a healthy, strong chest, vitamin D. To have a healthy 8-pack, vitamin D. Vitamin D is the king of all vitamins. But does that mean that you don't need the other vitamins? No, that's not what I'm saying. You need all your vitamins. Vitamin D just carries such a high demand. And so everything we do without vitamin D and all the other vitamins, what is it that hold back nutrition in your blood? Your blood? No. You need vitamin D in order to keep the nutrition in your blood. We're going to one more area of flexing and pushing. Follow me. We're going to sit on the stretch machine and we're going to push it. We're going to push it. Let's go. Now we got a stool in front of me here. I'm going to use that to my benefit. Now my stretch machine is supposed to be new, but it's starting to fall apart on me even already, and it's only about 7 months old. Why? Because I make use of the product mostly on a daily basis. Now these are pads, regular shin pads. I will take the shin pad to put inside my knee to prevent the solid pad from putting pressure against my knees. Now I'm going to do this backwards. Normally, I took the pad, shin pad, and I rolled it up. Now, I would take the pad and place it between the leg weight machine and my thigh muscle. Now, for you, you would take the pad and put them on the opposite side of your knee, which you put them right next to your thigh on your machine. Why I does it this way? I don't want to wait. It's a faster stretch, but you challenge and put a chance of putting pressure to your knees when you do it that way. So I do not want you doing it that way. Then why would I do it that way and put pressure on my knee? If I relax, if I have torn down, if I have brought my muscle, upper hip muscle down enough, and there's no resistance, then there will not be any pressure to my knee. My groin muscle will surrender and allow my muscle to go open. That's why. Now, once I get to a certain point, and we won't upload all this, but once I get to a certain point, my stretch machine is not going to allow me to push forward because the stretch machine is built to hold a certain amount of resistance coming, pulling back in against it. So I will use the stool and pull the stool in so the stretch machine cannot close back up, causing me to miss out on the stretch. You understand? That's what a stool is for. Because I'm pushing the stretch, which means that I'm going to go to a level of tension that my stretch machine is going to reject. It's going to try to close back up. I don't want it to close back up. I want it to stay open. That's where the stool comes in, to make sure that the stretch machine cannot close back up. That's why this is not for everybody. Years ago, it was known as torture stretching, but it's torture stretching only if you resist. It is not torture stretching if you relax and surrender to it. I don't see my legs in a 180. I see my leg in a 360 in my mind. So my mind controls all the tension and controls the flex in my body. So what my mind sees is where my mind is determined and driven to move my leg to, or to allow my leg to flex to. Even if my mind has to rebuild my hip and reshape them to reach this vision, because my mind believes that what it sees in my mind is true, and it will remake my hip, it will redesign my hip to reach that point. That's the power of the sixth sense mind. So when you hear me talking about 12 degrees, I possess more wisdom in an area of knowledge about the human body and of the sixth sense mind and spirit realm that I can explain and break it down and teach it. Where you become a giant. Not only in karate, not only in business, not only in being able to spell, not only in being able to do it in mathematics, not only be able to do it as a driver, not only able to do it in wealth. I know how to stack wealth. I know how to stack wealth through meditation. Through meditation. Now we started pushing. We hold for so many minutes, and then you go again. You pull the stool in. You hold for so many minutes, You open, you push the machine. At the same time I push forward, I pull the stool in because I'm moving at a faster pace to stay instead of staying there long enough to allow my muscle to relax more. So I does it through visualization, and so there's a little more tension that shouldn't be. But if I don't resist, I won't cause any damage to my muscle or to my ligament. But if I resist, then I can tear my ligament. But I have been doing this and training and flexing this way for over 40 years, so I know what I'm doing and I know what's working. And out of those 40-some years, I have pulled my muscle, never torn. I have several times pulled muscle in the back of my knees and my calf, but I never stopped flexing. Did I stop stretching doing it? No, I did not. As a young child, I always believed in miracles. So when people say, you messing up your leg, I say, no, my leg is okay, my leg is healed. I have talked that way ever since I was a young child. By my parent, by my mother, by my brothers, I was always called crazy. Why? Because I believed what they could believe. And because I believed what they couldn't believe, I could do things that they couldn't do. I was the most different child out of all of my mother's children. I was always called, my mother called me the different child. My mother would say, he's different, leave him alone. He's just different. Leave that boy alone. But I thank God for being that different. Because where they have surrendered to injury, they have surrendered to crippleness, and they're much younger than I am. But they can't do what I do. They can't even do what I do. They can't out-train me. They can't. Nobody in my family keep up with me. Why? I believe that health is what keeps me up, not my age. They believe age is what made the difference in their life. That's the biggest lie on the planet. It's health that makes the difference. Health, 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 health. It's not age. You can be 90 years old and still run 26 miles and be the fastest man on the planet. You still can be 80 years old and outsprint anybody in the world. If you're healthy, you can do it. It ain't got nothing to do with your age. That is a lie. Age don't make the body deteriorate. Health make the body deteriorate. Bad eating make the body deteriorate. You need to learn what to put in your body to keep your body healthy and stay active and get up off of that couch and stop pointing that daggone thing at the TV all day long. Notice, TV is off. I won't even watch it until the weekend get here. That's time out for my training. When my mind, when I have to work, when I have to take care of business, I'm about business. I don't want no distraction. When I'm meditating on goal to reach different areas of life, so I can leave a difference on the world to some child that want to be different, that want to be better than everybody else. All these little nickel-dime records that they got out here, you know why you can't break it? Because somebody is telling you you can't. Stay away from them people. You stay away from them. They will mess you up for life. They'll never be nothing, and neither will you. Because you're listening to those people. Now, using the bench, pull yourself forward. And hold and relaxing. In your mind, you are in a 180? No. You are in a 360 in your mind. 360. You hold. If you spend 5 to 10 minutes holding, your groin muscle going to flex out to another half a feet, although you have not moved the machine forward. But once you hold for 5 to 10 minutes, Your muscle have flexed to a level to allow you to flex out another half a feet. You understand? It's a continuing repetition. And once you get to the point where your muscle is too sore to move, you close it up and you rest. When you open back up, you don't feel no soreness, you keep going. You repeat over and over and over again. And it goes into the next day. After 3 to 4 days, you miss a day. After 3 months, every 4th day, you miss 2 days. And you keep it that way. You miss 2 days, you can do something, you do a light stretch. You don't do poor stretch. You do always light stretch on those days. You want to rebuild days. Then you get where you just drop right into the split. You don't even have to warm up anymore because you have master flex ability. And one more step. Putting the bench in. The stretch machine cannot go close back up. And I pull forward and I hold. I do not count. The reason I don't count because it's calling my mind's attention up. It pushed me back over into my physical side, which is my rational mind. I don't want to be in that part of my mind. I want my sixth sense and up. 6 and up, 6 and up, 6 and up. If you not born again, you in the 6. If you're born again, you can go 6 and up. You can't go into the 7. What is 7? 7 is the mind of God. It's all spiritual from there in on out. Spiritual minded, you're able to control your energy in the lower part of your abdomen at a far greater level than any man can imagine. You can control your energy to flex, you can control your energy to call money in, you can control your energy to pour money in, you can control your energy to build business, you can control your energy to rule your destination. You control your energy to increase your speed, your sprinting speed, your distance running speed. You can control your energy to your bad eating habit, your diet plan, all come under spiritual discipline, control, your spirit ruling over your physical man. If your physical man rule, you're going to have a problem all the time. All the time. You want to strive that the spiritual man rule. The spiritual man is the righteous man. That's the man that's going to make sure that you eat right. We're going to bring this to a close. I'm going to continue on. And I'll talk to you later. But I am the one and only Matthew J. Glassman Sr. Number 3 on the planet. Number 1 as the top 4 state champion. Illinois, Wisconsin, Kentucky, and Michigan. Those was my state. And guess what? I weighed 140 pounds. At 140 pounds, they had no weight division. I had to stop the heavyweight just like I stopped the lightweight. Be good to yourself and learn to eat right. If you don't know what to do, hit me up on Facebook or on YouTube. Talk to you later.